2.5 weeks now. Tim Tszyu, Bakhram Murtazaliev. Thoughts on that? It's getting close. Bakhram's he's a tough fight.
Absolutely a tough fight. He's a beast. You don't become a world champion in the 154 division for nothing. Granted, his resume is not littered with stars, but he's fought some tough fights, and he's a tough guy. We expect at 6'1" he's going to give Tim a handful, but we've also had an absolute brilliant camp, and we've had great sparring for Murtazaliev. So we're just really, really excited to give Tim such a quick return opportunity to get another strap and move back to where he was.
Yeah, I spoke to Egis Klimas yesterday, who manages Bakhram. He said that Tim Tszyu needs to change his corner. Any thoughts on that?
That's a spin-off, obviously, from Fundora. And look, there's critics will come out of the woodwork on everything, but when it comes to Tim's corner, Igor and Mark, and backed up by the doctors from the commission, I mean, you can't second guess what they do. That's their call, and it's in that Russian DNA not to quit. Tim's like that, Igor's like that, Kostya's like that, Nikita's like that. So whilst everyone can sit back and second guess what should have been done, we weren't there. We weren't sitting above the cut. We couldn't see what was going on. You're just guessing. Egis is no different. Egis is making that decision based on sitting on the side. So I don't agree with that. In hindsight, sure, it could have been stopped at 4 and we would have retained the belt and continued on, but it's just not in their DNA. They're warriors and they'll fight to the end.
A lot of promotion around Tim Tszyu from PBC. Yes. They sort of realise what they've got in Tim, it seems.
They do. I think PBC have been great for us with their relationship with No Limits. We've become very much aligned with PBC, and they've invested in Tim, and they see that all the 154s, all the guns are all with PBC. So we've got a great roadmap going forward for Tim for 2025. They're all going to be mega fights. And so, I think PBC do see what is coming, and they want to be part of it.
Nikita Tszyu, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, great win for him against Bakhram Murtazaliev. How do you look back on that night?
Oh, look, I was really pleased with how Nikita improved. So was Igor. Everyone from the team was excited about how he performed. Of course, we picked up a couple of injuries in it that's going to hold him up. But outside of that, I think Nikita at 10 fights now is showing that progression that will see the next 10 really step up.
What do you make of the critics? There were critics say that he got hit too much. What did Nikita make of that? Have you spoken to Igor?
We did. Look, his defence got better. His movement got better. His range and distance got better. And we'll take that as an improvement. If that didn't happen, we'd be going, we're not improving. So it's a work in progress. And I always refer to the fact, keep in mind, Nikita's 10 fights into his pro career after 7 years off. So he's still got a long way to go, and we're very conscious of that. But we're also stepping him up to levels that push him to that. So I think it's an exciting year coming up for Nikita Tszyu.
Obviously, everyone's going to say Zarafa. So where is he in the mix, do you think?
Well, Nikita's going in for a hand surgery tomorrow. That'll keep him out for the rest of this year. So we'll get that sorted, and then we'll look at, for 2025, what do we do with Nikita? Now, it's impossible to predict. Michael might move on and have other fights. He probably won't wait that long, and we get that. But Zarafa's one of many that we're looking at, and we'll just see. It's too early to call.
Now, you like to keep your fighters very active. If Zarafa was to wait until next year, late next year, would you advise against that? Do you think he needs to get back in the ring and
I can't comment on other teams and how they go about it. My style of managing these boys is wherever possible and there's no injuries is to stay active and stay busy. I think that's the key to success. Others are different. Some of these guys fight once every 2 years worldwide. If Michael stays active, great. If he chooses not to, that's up to them.
Now, last one, quick update on some of the other guys, Liam Wilson and Brendan Gratch as well.
I spoke to Brandon on the way down this morning. He's going really well with his rehab. He'll be ready early next year. Liam Wilson's going good. We may see Liam Wilson at the end of this year. Vegas Larfield's back on November 9 in Queensland just to get him back in the ring. Billy Polkinghorne was going to be on this card, got a little calf strain, so I pulled him out of that. Sunny Knight, one of our new young guys out of Newcastle's fighting in November, and most likely again later in the year for No Limits. Amber Amelia coming along beautifully. We said gloves off, disappear from the gym. She's back doing a little bit, but her health and everything's just beautiful. She's in a great place. Shannon, Friday night, and then we'll see where we go with her from there. Have I missed anyone? I hope I have, because I'm in the shit if I haven't. I think that's all.
Thanks so much, mate.
You're always welcome, mate.